heads up. All right. Okay, Miss Bannert, can you start by telling me your full name?
My full name is Julie Christine Bannert.
Oh, okay, well first we're going to talk about your past. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Katy, Texas, right outside of Houston.
How was it there?
It was really good. It was a small town. When I first moved there, we didn't have any grocery stores nearby. We had to go 30 minutes away to go to a grocery store. My school was small, but then it started growing, and so I went to a different elementary school. From second grade, went to a different elementary school for third because they built a new elementary for third and fourth, and then went to another new school in fifth. So I was always in a new school all through elementary school, and then a new junior high, and off to high school.
How was your family life there?
It was good. It was difficult. My mom got really sick when I was in 7th grade, and she was in the hospital a lot. She had a stroke, and so all from 7th grade until she died when I was 20, it was really difficult. But our family stayed together. My aunt and uncle and cousins lived 2 blocks away, and so we were very close. And it was a difficult time, but we had family around us, so that made things easier and more fun.
So do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have one brother, older brother, and he lives in Kiev, Ukraine. And I have a younger sister, and she lives in Johannesburg, South Africa. And I also have a stepbrother who lives in Houston, and a stepsister who lives in Michigan. So they're kind of all spread out all over the world.
Okay. Where did you go to college?
I went to Texas A&M in College Station.
How was that?
Oh, it was a great school. Love my Aggies.
What did you major in?
I started out majoring in speech communication, and then I changed my major to English. And so I received my degree in English.
But you're a math teacher?
But I'm a math teacher, that's right, because that's where the job was. So,
do you like teaching math?
I do like teaching math. I enjoy math. It's good. It's a puzzle, and so I like puzzles.
It is. You told us that you lived in Serbia. How was that experience?
It was very eye-opening. It was a really good experience. I was able to, we went there right after the war in Serbia, and so we experienced a lot of heartache and a lot of really difficult situations that I myself had never experienced, but families who had lost family members in tragic ways in bombings or in war, and we were able to hear their stories, and also to see just how they survived, how they just had an attitude of, I'm going to just keep going, even though life seems to be falling apart around me. I can just keep going day after day. And they have their families. They're very relationship-oriented, so families are always together. When kids get out of school or when people get off work, you just go to your neighbor's house and have coffee or snacks, and you just hang out with one another. And so it's a very relationship-oriented community, which I really came to enjoy, and I miss that.
How long did you stay there?
We were there for 12 years. Yeah.
What made you come back here?
We had some family needs that we needed to come back for and take care of, and thankfully those are all doing just fine now, and so now we're looking at going back.
When you plan on going back?
Next June.
Next June?
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Next
soon.
summer. It is. It is, yeah. So.
Pause that.
Okay.
Okay, so what are your hobbies? Do you have any hobbies?
I do. I enjoy reading. I enjoy music, so I like to go to concerts. Being in Europe, that was a great thing because I had a chance to go to Budapest, Hungary, and to Vienna, and was able to go to some concerts there, and that was really neat, a neat experience. I enjoy playing in the snow. In Serbia, we had a lot of snow, and so that was a lot of fun in the winters to play in snow, because we don't get a whole lot here in Texas. I don't really like snow skiing, but I like watching my family members snow ski, so that's fun. I enjoy swimming. I was on swim team in high school, and I still enjoy swimming laps. I do backstroke and butterfly, and still enjoy that. I guess that's it.
Do you have a good story to tell about your swimming days?
Swimming days. No, not really.
What about something really cool that happened in Serbia? A good story.
I guess one thing, a story there is that it's very difficult to learn another language. And you can make a lot of mistakes in learning a language. And so when I was learning Serbian, I had learned I asked my teacher how to say, I'm just looking, because I was going to the outdoor market and I wanted to tell all of the people there, I'm not going to buy anything, I'm just looking. I'm just looking. And so that is samo gledam. And so I kept practicing samo gledam, samo gledam. And I went to the market and I couldn't quite remember the phrase, so I kind of did the best I could, and I kept saying samo gladan, samo gladan. And everybody kept handing me food. They just kept giving me food. And I'm like, no, samo gladan, samo gladan. And then my language helper came and she asked me, what are you saying? And so I told her, samo gladan. And she said, oh, Julie, you're saying I'm just hungry. And that's why they keep offering you food, because you're telling them that you're hungry instead of just looking. And so I was a little embarrassed about that. But it's just part of it, and you just go on, and that's all you can do. So,
how's the life different there?
it's a lot slower paced. Here, everybody's involved in a whole lot of activities a lot of times, and so you don't spend a lot of time just with friends or family, but everything is so much slower paced there. Like I said, most people work from 8 to 3, and then they get off of work, and then they just spend the time with their families in the evening. Also in the evenings, the center of town is a very important place to be, and you walk everywhere. You don't drive. And so everybody walks to the center of town and has coffee or ice cream and just visits with one another. And that's what you do in your spare time. You just are out with people. And so that's a big difference than here. Another difference that I really miss is that the end of every street, where the houses are or apartments, there are little stores. And so if you are cooking something and you forget an ingredient or you run out of something, you don't have to get in your car and go to the store. You just run to the end of the street, to the little store there, and it is very convenient. And so I really miss that here, because it's a whole ordeal to get in the car, go to the store, come back, and then I can just send a kid, go get it.
What do you like best about there, or Serbia?
Probably just my friends, the people that I've gotten to know, who would do anything for me. We were there during 9/11 when that happened, and that was a very scary time being overseas and seeing what was happening to our country here. And because America had been part of the bombings in Serbia just 2 years prior, we didn't know how they were going to react. We didn't know if they would say, "Ha, you're getting yours now," or something, or be angry, or we didn't know. And so, but our friends came alongside us, and they just told us, now you know how we feel. Now you know how it is when someone attacks your country. And that was just very moving to us, that they came alongside us and said, we understand, and we'll walk through this with you. And so they weren't angry with us as Americans, they supported us. And so that was just really an incredible time.
So how do you like teaching here at CHS?
I really like it. I'm enjoying it. It's a new thing for me. I've never taught high school before. I am really glad that I never have to go back to high school as a student. There's too much drama among y'all. There's too much drama. But I really enjoy it. I am having fun being back in American high school. It's very different from school overseas. And so it's fun to be back with pep rallies and football games and all of that fun stuff.
How's the school over there?
Students go to school only half day.
They do?
Yeah.
Even like high school?
Yes, because there's
Sweet. You
only
wanna go
one,
over
what's
there?
this one?
I want to. Let's
Oh.